What's up everybody, it's Dan here from Unprofessional Gamers and welcome to my desktop. I'm going to do something a little different today. I guess I'll call it an unprofessional tutorial or something, but basically I'm going to show you how I do the editing for Unprofessional Gamers, which is our show. If you haven't seen it before, check it out. Not because it's a plug, but because you'll be able to see what I'm doing in this video and how it all comes together as a full episode. This tutorial is designed for somebody who maybe hasn't started YouTube yet but wants to, or maybe you've just started out and you're not really sure which path you want to take. I'm just going to show you what I do and tell you how I found the software that I'm using here. I'm not saying it's the best method, I'm not saying it's the cheapest or the most expensive, it's just how I do it. So if you have any comments or suggestions for anybody, leave them down below. I'll probably check them out as well, because I like to, mix things up as much as I can. Anyway, the first thing we're going to talk about is this product here, which I'm using to actually record. I'm not sure if it'll actually let me open this up too well when I'm recording with it. Yeah, okay, I don't know if this overlay is recording or not, so that's why I decided to do it first, so I can go check that out. But basically, this is Bandicam. This will set you back about $30. It's really simple to use. This is just straight up the overlay, and basically all you need to do is set it to target a DirectX OpenGL window, and it will target whichever game you're running at the time. Usually, if not, there is a rectangle on a screen, so you can record the game windowed, and it gives you a little bit more freedom. You can also record your internet browser with that, and that's what I'm doing now to record my whole system. So, if we go into video settings, basically your primary sound device is going to be, mine says Windows 7 sound. That's your entire system sound. You can only record 2 tracks with this. You could do more if you wanted to use something like Audacity, which is a free audio program, which I have used before, and I might go into a little bit. Basically, you can record along with that, but you'll need to sync up the audio during your editing process. There are a few ways you can do that, and we'll probably touch on them later. The secondary sound device is my microphone. So I've used the Turtle Beach before, and at the moment I'm using the microphone that I use for Aaron and I when we do Unprofessional Gamers, which is the AT2020 USB by Audio-Technica. It is a fantastic microphone. You can probably hear it picks up a lot. If I wiggle my mouse around on the mat, you can hear that pretty clearly. The other thing I want to say is, do not tick 2 sound mixing. This will mix everything into one audio track instead of 2. It basically means that if you screw up the sound check levels or anything like that, you can't do anything about it. The system that I've got for editing is pretty well streamlined for my setup. Definitely don't tick that, or you will have so many fucking problems, man. Like, I can't stress this enough. Aside from that, you probably want to set up your hotkeys. There we go. No, wait, I had them. Okay, hotkeys are here. So record and stop, and I have pause as slash on the numpad and asterisk on the numpad. So if I press asterisk, the recording stops. If I press slash now, I'll drop in and out like that. Not that you can see that, but whatever. I like having pause there. It basically lets me do live cuts. If I know, say, that we're not going to be doing anything important on screen for the next 10 minutes, then I'll just hit bam, pause, and it's done. So there's no worries there. Okay, I think we're probably done with Bandicam for now. And your output folder, really quick. You can see it all feeds into Bandicam Video plus Audio. It was in a different place, but that's just on my E drive, recording for Unprofessional Gamers, and I've got, this is a new system, so there's not much in here, but basically I've got the raw footage, which then gets put into, okay, it's doubled up the folders again, it does that. The raw footage, which gets put into either the series folders or the one-offs. This will probably be where this footage goes. Basically, at that point, it's ready to be edited and compressed. I compress it out of here. We will talk about compression in a second. But I compress it out of here and then chuck it into here, and then it goes into editing and then gets put into ready for compression again. These are full episodes ready for compression. It gets compressed again, and then it goes into upload ready, and this is where I upload from. Alright, so now we're going to move on to what I use to actually edit, and we'll talk a little bit more about this process as well. We'll start off with compression actually. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Okay, what's up everybody? I am back again. I just checked the footage, and yeah, it recorded everything, which is cool. Of course, you guys already know that. But basically, it gets put into here. This is the file I'm recording right now. This is the file that I just recorded for you guys where I was talking about Bandicam, so this is going to get really sort of meta in a minute. But anyway, what I'm going to do is, this is our raw footage. I'm going to open up this program here I have on my taskbar, the pineapple, you know, margarita thing. This is Handbrake. It's a free compression program. I'll put links down below. Basically, what Handbrake does is compress your files down to a manageable size, because a lot of editing programs don't deal too well with bigger file sizes. The playback will screw up, or the file will just not. It will basically refuse to process the edits. That's if you can even do them without having it crash. So all I'm going to do is click and drag in. Straight, done. Click web optimized. This is just the settings I use. Again, might not be the best. Cropping I put to custom, make sure it's all set to 0, just so that doesn't add any borders to the footage. We will talk a little bit about changing the size of the footage, because obviously, as you can see up the top, I'm in a 1610 resolution, not 16:9. Okay, so we tick that, check through your audio and everything. I've used AAC and MP3 lame. They both work fine. I record at 192 bitrate, and this always defaults itself back to 160, so I have put it through at 160 before. I don't know if that should change anything, but it doesn't appear to change anything. So, I mean, it's not really a big deal, just leave it where it is. Video codec, you want H264. Frame rate, same as source. I tick variable frame rate instead of locking it to one frame rate, just because, you know, the recordings can be a bit up and down and all that sort of stuff. And that's pretty much about it. You just want to go into browse, and you want to tell it where to put it. This is the wrong one. So we go, not desktop, E drive, and recording for UG. Actually, it's probably not really UG, but whatever, we'll put it there for now because I'm showing how to do it for Unprofessional Gamers. And then we go into, let's put it as a one-off, I guess, and I have to reach around the mic here. I did not think this through. Let's call it, I don't know, Unprofessional Editing, clearly, and save it as that, and then we just hit start, and it's going to go and start processing. It's going to give us our time, all of that sort of crap. Shouldn't take too long, so I'll be back in about a minute. Okay, I'm back, and I went ahead and opened up the next program that we're going to use, which is Corel Video Studio Pro 6. I don't know what the full fucking title is. They're all stupid. I honestly can't remember how much I paid for this. I'll try and find a good link for you guys, but I think when I got it, it was about $50 Australian. So, you know, it's more expensive, but it's also a lot less expensive than a lot of other programs you'll see recommended. It's a really good starter tool. Basically, what I've done here is go through and add the folders, new stuff, images, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about that. That was when I was rebooting the channel. Just works for me. And then I have in images, I actually have a video file, which is our introduction. Just a little one that I made in, I think I did it in this, maybe Movie Maker. I will go over using Movie Maker because that is how I started out, but the reason I have this, there's one main reason I have this, and I'll show you why in a minute. So basically, you know, you just chuck in your intro, whatever. These are the different tracks. The first one is obviously video. This is an overlay, so if I want to overlay something on top, and then put it, up over here and maybe make it a bit smaller. This is really good if you do something like face camming. I know this is what my buddy Bill, who recommended this to me, uses over at Raging Gamer with a 3 as the E. I'll chuck his link down below as well, just so you can see how he does that. But this is really simple, that's all it is, and then you just click, so it's going to play both tracks. I have the sound down, so hopefully you can still hear me. Plays our intro, and then it overlays it over there. Obviously the sound's not going to work unless I can mute this one. That probably would have been smarter. But yeah, that's all that is. Pretty simple to do. The next one is our text column. You can put text in the overlay, no problem. You can put it in the text if you're already running an overlay. And then just, click on that, and yeah, well, whatever, they'll do. This is what I use to do the thing at the bottom here, where I'll put just some little thing like Futurama style, like they do in their intro. And the next two tracks that we have are one for narration or commentary, whatever, voice track, and music track. Obviously these are interchangeable as well, so you can put, music in the voice track and vice versa. Alright, so the next thing we're going to talk about is pulling your footage in. So this is all of the episodes I have. I can show you with any of these, but just to be even more better than before, let's go into recording for UG. What did I put it? One-offs. Alright, yep. So here's our footage that we just formatted from the first part of this video. It loads straight into here as a thumbnail, whoops, and then you just drag it down, and usually I'll put a fade to black in between just to make it all nice. And then I've got new sound folder. I open up that, and now I need to go to where the footage actually recorded into, which should be here. Nope. Here. Okay. I'll need to fix that up. And then usually this one is the sound that we already have, which is useful to have, again, if you need to do tweaks. I might talk about that in another video because this is already getting way too long. And then there's this one, which is our commentary track, or at least it should be. Let's have a listen. What's up, everybody? It's Dan here from So that's me talking at the start. And then basically just put that at the start of the video, or line it up. It should snap. I don't know why it's not snapping, but yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's snapped, lines up all nice, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now what I can do is, if I do want to change the levels, I can change them here. Now usually, just a little tip, I put the sound for the system, with Bioshock at least, down to about 50, and then I bring us down to around about 80. I shouldn't have to do that for this video. When I actually go through and edit it properly, I'll check it all out. But this works for Bioshock at the levels that we have it. And basically, once I've figured it out for the first episode of a session, I just leave it for all of the other ones. You do also want to go through, though, and watch what you're recording, both so you can do a quality check, and also, in case there's any problems, or in case you've asked yourself in the video, like we do sometimes, hey, put up this image, and I always forget to do it. But yeah, you basically want to go through and watch it. This is what takes up a lot of time. The editing process itself is quick, for me at least, the way that I have it, because I don't do anything fancy with it. The watching back obviously is going to take as much time as you spend recording at least. So it's a very, very time consuming process, and that's something a lot of people don't understand. But this is a fairly streamlined way of doing it. Once you get it down to this, I can churn out and edit on an episode in basically as long as it takes to watch it. Alright, so we have unprofessional editing put in there with our sound file. No worries, all cool. But you'll notice here we have these borders. This is what I talked about before when I said that I'm in 16:10 aspect ratio, which is, I don't know, you probably can't make it out up here, but it says 1680 by 1050 pixels. Everything, including every YouTube quality and size thing on the player, uses 16:9. I'm not the most technical person with this sort of stuff, you can probably tell, but it all uses 16:9. If you have a screen that's 16:9, then that's fantastic. You can probably use Movie Maker instead of using this. But what this does that I really like and that I needed it for, and there's probably a free program for this, so if anyone knows, please do let me know and let everyone else know. But if you go into Attribute, you click on the clip, go attribute, click distort clip. It'll bring up this like we had with our overlay track before. You can just drag it, basically drag it as far as it'll go here, and as far as it'll go here, drag it as far as it'll go to all of the borders, and this becomes 16:9. So if I upload this now, it's borderless. You can do custom borders if you'd like to. I guess the way you could do, I haven't done this yet, I do want to give it a go, is to make it. This is something that the Game Grumps do, and I'm imagining this is how they do it, or something similar. But you'd make it, and then you put it in the main track, so this one here, and then overlay the footage over the top. And then you just have it, you know, behind here, you'd have it like a nice border, and that wouldn't be a problem. So I would assume that's how they do it, and that's definitely an option you could do if you wanted to. Anyway, why is this so zoomed in? Alright, that'll do for now. Unprofessionalism. Okay, so that's basically Corel, and once you've finished all that, you know, you'll go through and do, the way I do the ending is I fade us out to black, and then basically do that. And then occasionally I'll put something else afterwards if there's something else funny in the footage that didn't make it. And then I fade out the audio. If you put a fade to black, it'll automatically fade in and out the audio. You might want to fade it in at the start as well. No problem, so that's all good. This is ready to export now. So basically you go to share, create video file, HDV, and 1080i to 50i for PC HDV, and then yeah, whatever, accept. You shouldn't need to change this because you can't. Don't ask me, I don't understand it either, but whatever, it fucking works. And then we'll name it test editing, whatever. Go back to our computer, back through, put it wherever you want, obviously, and then put it into ready for compression. So this tells me that it's edited and it's ready to be compressed a second time before being thrown up. So this will go through and do this for us. It's going to be pretty quick, but I'll be back. Actually, you know what? No. While I do this, let's have a quick look. If I go into the folder. So down here you can see the file size is 103 megabytes. You probably can't make that out, but it's 103 megabytes for our footage, and our audio is, you know, like 60 megabytes and 121. Wow, that's actually bigger than I thought. But yeah, that's our file size for the video. If you're recording 10 minutes of like Bioshock, it gets up to like a gig or two, even with Bandicam. That's the reason I use Bandicam over Fraps, is the file size is about 20 times smaller than anything you'll get out of Fraps. Fraps just, it didn't work for me, it crashed everything I tried to run it through. You're spending so long compressing. If there's a difference in quality, I can't notice it. So my wholehearted recommendation is go with Bandicam. It also locks to a lot more windows, and obviously you have the rectangle, which you can crop out with some pretty basic editing if you don't want that there. Okay, so we've done, in fact I'm pretty sure you can turn it off, but anyway, so we've done that, and then when we compressed it, it went into here, and then to hit, whoops, I've opened it, but never mind. We've compressed it down to, okay, yeah, go away. We've compressed it down to 11.1. Shoo. So we compressed it down to 11.1, and what was it, like 105, so we've basically made it 10 times smaller before running it through Corel, which is still only 30% done. So we will come back to this in a moment. Okay guys, so it's 50% done. I thought while it's going through, I'll take the opportunity to talk a little bit more about some of the hardware that you might want to use. So I'm running, as I said, the Audio-Technica AT2020 USB microphone. I did use a Shure 58 or something. It was like a $300 microphone, and then I had a $60 cord to convert it to USB, and it just never worked for me. Basically, I had that for music production, the microphone itself, that I would just, you know, plug it into an amp or whatever, or a soundboard. But for whatever reason, it may have been the cord, it had like this underneath it whenever I recorded it through the PC, so that's why I'm not using that. The Audio-Technica cost me about 120 kangaroo dollars. I'll try and get a link for you guys, because it's like, when I was looking at it, there were some that were like $200 and there were some that were like $80. I sort of just went, oh, okay, I wanted to get a new one, So I got a new one for about, I think I paid about 120, but it's a fantastic microphone. Gets full recommendation. Now, doing this takes up a lot of processing power. You probably want a mid-range PC, or at least a mid-range processor. Because I think I'm running an i7 quad core at 3.4 gigahertz or around there, something like that. It's a pretty beastly processor, so I can go and I already have the upload page open for you guys. We'll do that. But yeah, I can go into here and be like, yeah, watch videos or whatever. I'm just watching Air Japes in an old friend zone. And then still be processing at the time. I can also be running more compressions through Handbrake. If we open up Handbrake again, I can chuck something else in here. You can also, while you're processing with Handbrake, you can drag in another one, do all the options, blah, 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 and then click add to queue, and then go show the queue, and you can queue up a heap of jobs here, and then just leave it on for the day compressing your files, and that usually doesn't have any issues. So I'm not using up too much processing power doing this. It also might be the low file size, but we can have a quick look. Alright, CPU usage is at about 50, so not great, but not heaps. So it's functional. I can do other things while I'm running this. I could probably play a little game or something like, I don't know, RimWorld or something like that isn't too processor intensive. I probably couldn't go and play Far Cry 4. Or at least not comfortably and not without, crashing everything and screwing up all my progress. So anyway, this is nearly done. I'll talk a little bit more about Corel. This has a lot of options and features that we haven't looked into in this video because I don't really use them. I'd be happy to for you guys, but I'm not a fantastic editor. But it does have all of the tools that you can use to, when it was recommended to me because basically it's got a lot of tools that you can use to sort of, work on those editing skills, and maybe it's not the best to do it, but you'll get the fundamentals down. You can move text across the screen in circles and all that. I'm pretty sure that's one of the things you can do. I mean, you could do it in PowerPoint, so why wouldn't you be able to do it in this? Again, if you guys want me to do a video on Movie Maker, I will. I'm 100% sure that somewhere out there will be a program that can easily crop out the borders, even if you're in a different screen resolution that you've recorded in. So you could probably run it through... Yes, okay, it plays when it's finished to let you know it's done. So you could probably run it through Movie Maker and then do all your edits and everything, and then run it through something else to crop it out. Handbrake probably can with the cropping. I just don't know what to set it to, so I don't mess with it because, I have a system that works already. Why try and fix what isn't broken? Anyway, so this is all done. The last thing we're going to do before we go to upload it is ready for compression, test editing. I'm going to drag and drop back into our processing. So you can see it's come out of editing at 106. That's with all the audio and everything squished in together. And this is in 1080p HD, blah blah blah. There's probably a way to get this smaller. And if your file sizes are really big, you probably want to compress again even after this. I haven't had to do that, and I haven't done that, but it's probably a good idea to try. I don't think it would have any negative impact on the quality of the video, but you'd have to check into that yourselves. So we'll put it in, where was it? Back into recording for UG, and then back into upload ready, and we'll call it test editing, because even though it's got the same file name, I know that if it's in here, it's ready to go. Hit start, and then just wait it out, same as usual. And no worries, so you can see the display size now, 1920 by 1080, we're in 1080p, 16:9 aspect ratio, so everything's cool, everything's good, it's going really fast, wow. So yeah, that's basically, Handbrake is, I've put files through this that are ridiculously big, and it hasn't suffered with them. It's a lifesaver. There were so many videos I couldn't put up, and because of Handbrake I could, because it just handles everything. Pardon me. Because it just handles everything so well. It is a fantastic program, and it's free, so yeah, I'll chuck a link down for you guys as well. Okay, so we're back. I'm on the YouTube upload page. There are a few things we didn't touch on in this video, like obviously Audacity and Movie Maker. So there's something that I'll be happy to go into for you guys if there's a few requests for it. Anyway, we're back into our folder here. So we have upload ready, and we have test editing. Boom. No, I don't want to. Okay, whoops. Okay, I've made a mistake. I'm so good at this. I thought I clicked this to open it up, but anyway, I'll just drag and drop. So monetization, click monetize if you're monetized, which we are. Hooray, we have like 50 cents in our thing. I monetize it with an overlay ad. I don't like putting in skippable video ads because at the moment, obviously, I'm trying to attract people to the channel. We have what, like 45 subs? So yeah. Usually I set it to private. I do a lot of uploading all at once and then set it to private, so that I can come back to it later and switch it over to public, and then I'll call it, you know, testicles mech editus, and then, you know, do your tags, testicle, health, and then add in puppies because everyone searches for puppies, and then do your description. This is about editing, not testicles. Yeah, okay, and then you can upload your custom thumbnail, which obviously we don't do at the moment because I have zero Photoshop skills. I have zero Photoshop. But if I ever do learn it, I'll probably start doing custom thumbnails. That's going to take up even more time, though, than just editing does. I know this video is very long. It's already about 25 minutes long, but basically, if you actually, this is so that you guys can go to the parts you need and stop and see it, see how it's done, go through, and then just find the part that you need. And once you do get this system down, it's really good. Like, you'll be uploading, you'll be editing videos, discarding the watching time. You can edit up a video with no fancy stuff in about 5 minutes. It's really just, that's how fast I've got it down to for me. Anyway, once it's uploaded, we'll click done. Done basically saves all of this. Obviously I'm going to delete it later. I don't think we need advanced settings. Yeah, that's just allowing comments and stuff if you want to turn it off. Basically go through and have a look and decide what you want to do for your channel. But anyway, it's going to upload, so I'm going to leave it here, guys. I'll try and put links for everything down below in the description. Let me know if I miss any. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoy it. And remember to check out us at Unprofessional Gamers so you can basically see how all of this comes together as a full YouTube video. I'm not saying we're the fucking best at it, but you know, it gets the job done, and I'm more than happy to hear your guys' recommendations for editing programs, especially if you have a free program that can easily change the size of a clip and get rid of those ugly borders. But that's going to wrap it up, guys, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time on Unprofessional Gamers. See you later. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was being unprofessional. I was going through and doing the editing for this video, actually. I realized that I forgot to mention something. Basically, if you want to split the clip, there's a really easy way to do that. It will get rid of the attribute, but don't worry, that's still on. You just click where you want to split it, and then click on the clip, have the bar at that point, and then right click and go split. It's the kind of thing that, you know, I'm sure you guys would have figured it out yourselves, but anyway, I forgot to tell you, so I apologize for that, and, well, it wouldn't be a video unless I fucked up something like that, would it? Man, I'm such a derp. Anyway, thanks for watching.